August 1973. Enter the Dragon was rehearsing when a quiet insult turned a film set tense. A young Jackie Chan tightened his shoes as Bruce Lee dismissed his style in front of the crew. The next day, words stopped, space closed in, and 8 seconds rewrote everything. The real ending stayed off camera. Before we continue, subscribe to the channel and comment where you're watching from. Let's begin. August 1973, Golden Harvest Studios. Morning rehearsal, the kind that started before the coffee did its job. The Enter the Dragon set sat half awake, lights warming up, cables snaking across the floor like they owned the place. Jackie Chan, 19, kept to the edge of it all. Not hiding, just staying out of the way. He had a habit of working where nobody could tell him to stop. He rolled his shoulders, breathed out slow, and launched into combinations that looked like physics took a day off. A flip, a high kick that cut the air clean. A landing so soft you would swear his shoes never touched. A few crew guys paused near the props table. One of them nudged another and murmured, like gossip was part of the job, "That kid's insane." Another replied, "Yeah, but watch. Bruce hates circus stuff." They laughed under their breath, like they already knew how the scene would end. Bruce Lee watched from a short distance, arms loose, expression unreadable until it wasn't. A small smirk pulled at one corner of his mouth. He let Jackie finish, then said it without heat, like he was commenting on weather. Flashy. Good for show. Useless in a real fight. Jackie froze mid-reset. His fingers flexed once, like he was squeezing the words to see if they were sharp. He turned and walked over, careful steps, chin slightly lifted. He asked what Bruce meant. Bruce repeated it, calm and flat. He did not raise his voice. He did not curse. That was what made it sting. The crew laughter popped louder this time, spreading down the line of people like a ripple. Jackie's face stayed polite, but his eyes tightened. He gave a small bow. Then he stepped back, slow, like he refused to give them the satisfaction of speed. He walked off the set, not angry in a big way, more like a door had closed quietly inside him. In that studio, reputation was currency, and Bruce was the bank. People cleared space when he moved. Jackie felt it every day. He was the kid who took the falls, the kid told, "Stand there, get hit, make it look clean." Years of brutal training sat inside him. But the camera still treated him like furniture. He leaned near the dressing corridor and listened. His name floated through the crew in half-jokes. He did not bite. He only tightened his shoelace, slow, like a quiet vow. Behind the main doors, a producer laughed, then dropped his voice. "Keep it quiet. Bruce is the face." Jackie heard that too, and it stuck. He walked back to his corner and started again, slower, hunting for something real. He decided today. The next morning carried a different weight. Same studio, same smell of dust and metal, and old sweat soaked into the mats. But word had already traveled. Yesterday had settled into the walls. People remembered. They always did. Jackie arrived early again, earlier than most. He stretched near the same corner, slow and methodical, like he was reminding his body who was in charge. His hands shook once, barely. He hid it by adjusting his wrist wrap. Crew members drifted in clusters. A lighting guy whispered to a grip, "That kid's back again." The grip shrugged. "He's stubborn." Somebody else snorted. "Stubborn gets you hurt around here." The words floated, never meant for Jackie, yet somehow aimed straight at him. Bruce entered without announcement. He never rushed. He didn't need to. Conversations softened when he passed, like volume knobs turning themselves down. Jackie felt it without looking. He stayed focused. He started his routine, cleaner now, tighter, less flourish. He wanted control, not applause. Halfway through a sequence, his foot slid. Just a fraction. Not a fall. Not even a real mistake. But enough. Laughter snapped out before Jackie could reset. Sharp. Automatic. The kind people laughed when they thought they were safe to do so. Bruce spoke into it immediately. Same tone as yesterday. Almost bored. All show. No action. Something in Jackie finally locked into place. It wasn't anger. It was clarity. He straightened, chest rising once, then settling. He stood there while the laughter faded, eyes moving from face to face, taking inventory. He had spent his life being told when to fall. Today, he wasn't falling. A producer stepped forward fast, palms raised like this was already a fire. Easy. Let's keep rehearsal moving. No need for whatever this is. Jackie shook his head. Small movement. Final. He said he could fight. Not loudly, not dramatically. Just enough to land. The set went quiet in that dangerous way when everyone realized something had gone wrong but didn't know how bad yet. Someone muttered, "Is he serious?" Another voice answered, "This is stupid." Bruce turned fully toward him for the first time. No smirk now, just assessment. He looked Jackie up and down like he was measuring distance. He accepted without hesitation. Right here. A ripple moved through the crew. People backed up instinctively, forming a loose circle. About 40 of them. Camera operators, assistants, stunt guys pretending they weren't watching. Everyone knew this wasn't part of the schedule. A producer hissed Jackie's name, sharp, warning. He ignored it. He had already crossed the line where warnings mattered. Bruce rolled his shoulders once, loose and ready. Jackie mirrored him, quieter, lighter on his feet. No one laughed now. Breaths held. History leaned forward. Somewhere in the back, someone whispered, "This won't end well." Jackie exhaled and waited. Bruce moved first. He always did. Fast hands, straight lines, no wasted motion. His fist cut toward Jackie's face, like it had a destination already booked. Jackie slipped by inches, the air brushing his cheek. Someone in the circle sucked in a breath. Bruce followed immediately. Another punch, then another. Clean. Precise. This was his world. The world everyone believed in. Jackie retreated half a step, then another, reading rhythm, counting beats the way he had been trained since childhood. He did not rush. He did not smile. Bruce pressed harder. A short flurry. Jackie bent, twisted, rolled his shoulder just enough to let the strikes slide past. His feet stayed light, almost playful, but his eyes were sharp, locked. A crew member whispered, under his breath, "He's not panicking." That alone sounded strange. Bruce adjusted. He stepped in closer, trying to collapse the space. His speed increased. The punches came in bunches now, faster than conversation. Jackie kept slipping, pivoting, letting Bruce's momentum do most of the work. He felt the floor under him, the exact texture of the mat through his shoes. Everything slowed. Jackie flipped backward to reset. Not flashy. Just enough to breathe. He landed on one foot, steady, like he had rehearsed it in his sleep. A nervous laugh broke out from somewhere, cut short when nobody joined it. Bruce's jaw tightened. This was no longer a lesson. This was effort. He rushed, abandoning the measured strikes that built his reputation. He wanted the end. He wanted it now. Jackie saw the opening form before it existed. He waited a fraction longer than instinct begged him to. Then he did something unexpected. He let one punch touch him, light contact, on purpose, just enough to sell the lie. Bruce committed, weight forward, balance gone. Jackie dropped low and swept, clean, efficient, no excess. Bruce's legs left him before his mind caught up. He hit the mat hard, back first, the sound sharp and final. For a split second, no one moved. Then laughter exploded. Not polite, not controlled, real, loud, shocked. Bruce stayed down, staring at the ceiling lights, chest rising fast. Jackie stood over him, breathing steady. He did not raise his hands. He did not bow to the crowd. He only nodded once toward Bruce, small and respectful. The circle felt tighter now, heavier. People avoided eye contact, unsure where to look. Someone whispered, "Did that just happen?" Another answered, "Yeah, I saw it." Bruce sat up slowly. His face gave nothing away. But something had cracked. Not bones. Belief. Jackie stepped back, creating space. He waited. He did not say a word. The laughter died as quickly as it came. It fell apart into awkward coughs and shuffling feet. No one wanted to be the last sound hanging in the air. The set felt smaller now, like the walls had leaned in to listen. Bruce got to his feet without help. Slow. Controlled. He brushed dust from his back, not looking at anyone yet. A producer stepped forward, voice tight, already planning damage control. "That's enough. We're done here. Rehearsal's over." No one argued. They scattered with purpose, pretending errands mattered more than what they had just witnessed. A camera assistant whispered to another, "Keep your mouth shut." The other nodded too fast. Everyone understood the rules. This story did not leave the studio. Jackie stood where he was, hands loose at his sides, heart still thudding. He felt eyes on him, then quickly turning away. A stuntman passed close and muttered, "Damn, kid." Jackie didn't answer. Praise felt dangerous right now. Bruce finally looked at him, not angry, not impressed, something more unsettled. He studied Jackie the way he studied opponents in private, searching for patterns, for explanations. Jackie met his gaze without challenge. He had said what he needed to say with his body. A senior producer pulled Bruce aside, voice low and urgent. "We can't have this. Not you. Not now." Bruce listened, nodding once like he already knew. The machine around him needed certainty. Myths didn't like cracks. Word spread fast and quiet. The fight became a non-event officially. A misunderstanding. A warm-up gone wrong. People rehearsed the version they would repeat if asked. Nothing happened. Bruce stayed untouchable. But under the surface, something shifted. Crew members glanced at Jackie differently, less like a prop, more like a question. A grip whispered, "Careful around that one." Another replied, "Yeah, he's real." Jackie packed his bag with steady hands. No rush, no triumph. He felt lighter and heavier at the same time. He had crossed a line that couldn't be uncrossed. There was no applause waiting for him outside. Bruce watched him from across the floor. For a moment, it looked like he might speak. Then he turned away, swallowed by handlers and schedules. The distance between them grew again, but it felt thinner now. That afternoon, the set returned to noise and motion. Lights, marks, action. Jackie took his usual falls. Clean, professional. No one mentioned the morning. Yet every movement carried memory. The mat remembered. The walls remembered. And so did Bruce. Even as the world was told to forget. Later, long after the crew cleared out, Jackie sat alone on a bench, replaying 8 seconds that had already begun to stretch into legend, even if it stayed unnamed. He waited. The apology did not come that day, or the next. Sets moved fast, and pride moved slower. Jackie returned to work like nothing had changed. He took hits. He reset marks. He listened more than he spoke. That was how survival worked. A week later, late evening, the studio was almost empty. Lights dimmed, echoes stretched. Jackie finished stretching near the far wall, towel over his shoulder, mind already drifting home. Bruce approached alone. No crew, no producers, no witnesses to edit the moment. He stopped a few steps away, close enough that Jackie could hear his breathing settle. Bruce spoke first. Quiet. He said he lost control. He said that should never happen. Not in training. Not in life. He admitted the rush, the anger, the mistake. Each word landed careful, deliberate. Jackie listened without interrupting. He felt something ease in his chest. Bruce continued. He said Jackie's movement was real, efficient, honest. He said he underestimated him. Then, simply, he apologized. There was no bow, no handshake, just truth placed on the floor between them. Jackie nodded once. Respect returned the same way it had been offered. Small, clean, enough. They never spoke of it again. The incident stayed sealed. History kept the myth intact. Bruce Lee remained unbeatable to the world. Jackie Chan remained a nameless stuntman for years longer. But something had changed beneath the surface. Bruce adjusted the way he taught. Jackie carried a quiet certainty forward. When his time came, his style mixed humor with danger, control with chaos. It worked. Years later, fans argued about legends and speed, about who would win. They never mentioned the rehearsal room, the scuffed mat, the 8 seconds. But 2 men remembered. One learned restraint the hard way. The other learned he never needed permission. That was the exchange that mattered. If this story changed how you see legends and power, stay here. Subscribe for stories they never put on camera.